So if we look back at our wireframing sketch here, we've got a basic design, and we've actually pulled that off. If we see, we've got our little our background as a world. We've got a little logo, some pictures, a telephone number there. We've got our menu, our sidebar area. We've got a content area. We've got a footer. We haven't filled it up with any content yet, but we'll get to that in another video. For this video, we just want to work on the menu section with a drop-down menu, and here's some of the options that we decided we'd have. We'd have these pages here. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put those in now. I'm going to try and maybe push this over here and this over here so that I can see what I'm doing at the same time. And what I'll do is I'll get my code, and in the menu section I will start writing out an unordered list with an li, and we're going to say the first one is home, and then underneath that there is another unordered list inside an ordered list, and the first list item for that one will be about. And then we finish that unordered list, and then probably to keep it a little bit shorter, we could probably put these together here, and then we go down and finish off this UL, and then finish off this list item from here. So this list is inside this list item here, and then we go for another list item, which is just beginners list item, and then we do an intermediate. You know what I'm going to do is right on the fly, I'm going to add a courses section here. Courses. Now I haven't got my pen with me today, so I can't write as neatly, even though it's not very neat even usually. But courses there, courses is going to be a header, and then going down underneath it I'm going to have beginners, intermediate and advanced. So let's write that into the code now. So I've got beginners, and I believe it's spelt with 2 G's and 1 N, but I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's, I'm not sure which way it's spelt. I always get mixed up with that. But let's just put this in now. So we actually want to change this to have, this is going to be called courses, and then underneath there is going to be UL, and so on and so on. I'll fill it all in now. So I filled all of this in. I'm going to save this here, and then I'm going to refresh this, and we'll probably see something that's not very pretty yet. So here we go. It's not very pretty at the moment. It's kind of overlaid over the page, but it's got the basic format of the menu laid out here. Now we just need to start styling it. So let's add an ID here. So an ID to this overall nav, which I'll just call a nav ID. Save that. Go to my style sheet, and underneath the menu section I will start styling this nav menu. So nav ID, and let's see. First of all, we want to get rid of the list style. So let's just bring this in here first, and list style. So list style, I think it's actually list dash style, like this, none, and we'll also set the width, and we'll probably bring this down here. Set the, oh, hang on, what have I done there? There we go. So the width to 100% as well, just in case. That's a useful thing to do in this instance, to make sure that it fits across the whole of the screen. Now the next step is to style the list elements, because if we save this now, it probably won't look very pretty. It still doesn't really look very different at the moment. So let's just style those. Let's style the hang on, let's copy this and let's add a new one for the list items, the top level list items. So what we want to do is we want these list items to line up. So if we do, first we float them to the left, then we do position as relative, so that they slot up next to each other, and then we do. Hang on, can we go down this? Yeah, and then we do a margin to sort of space them out a little bit. So do the margin on the left, 10 pixels. I think that's all we really need to do for the list item. So I'll save that and refresh this. So now you see that the home and the courses, which is the top level list items, are now listed up here nice and evenly, and we have the lower level items down below. So now let's work on those. So what we want is we want this ID again, and we want to say nav and then a list that's inside this nav that we've already got. If the browser comes across that, then what we want is we want list style set to none again. We want position to be absolute. We want the now this is the clever bit. Now let's see if I get this right. I think what we want is we want the margin left to be minus 9999 EM, and that will take it off the page until something happens and we want to bring it back. So let's take it off the page unless we want to bring it back, and if we want to bring it back, then let's just say if the nav list item is hovered over, then set the UL to margin 0. Now that should do the business, but let's see now if it works for us. So if we hover over courses, it says beginners, intermediate, advanced. Now it's not quite lining up properly, so let's see if we can fix that properly. Perhaps we could try doing a getting rid of the padding on these elements. So padding left 0. Save that and see how this works out. So now it's sort of coming up underneath, which is a lot better. But perhaps we could do with a background color. That would look good on this list. So maybe if we set the background color to be maybe a kind of a dark blue, maybe the same blue as this blue, which would be nice. So if we just pick this color here. Oh, we can't pick that page, but we can maybe take this dark blue here that I was looking at earlier. Okay, let's put that into our background here. Save that. Refresh that. So if it kind of comes up, it goes like that. Maybe if we made these round, it would be nice as well. Now we need to make these links as well. So let's go back to our code and let's make these actual links now. Even though we haven't actually got the pages yet, let's quickly make these links. Okay, so I've inserted some links. You've got a link here to the home page, which is to index.html. Then I've got another link here to the about page, which is to about.html. One to courses, which is courses.html. Beginners.html, intermediate.html. I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. Look at it. Beginners, I think, is spelled like that. And then advanced.html. There we go. Oh, price.html there, and contacts.html. So if we save those, and we refresh this page, you've now got a hovering menu, which is not very pretty, But as we're at about 10 minutes on this video, I'm going to leave it there, and you can see what we're doing. We've got the hover menu, but we haven't styled these links. So the next step is to style these A links and maybe change the colors around and put some rounded borders onto the list items. So I will do that now, and you can come back in the next video where we will finish off with by copying out the template file into multiple files, which will make up the final structure of our website.